The dilemma for UK yachtsmen of which jurisdiction in the EU or UK is best in which to pay VAT on your yacht. This is a Berthon podcast, and I am Sue Grant, and this is a fascinating subject that we thought you might be interested in hearing about. The exit date for the UK leaving the EU is the end of December this year, 2020. There is, of course, at this stage a lack of clarity about when your yacht is VAT paid and if she remains VAT paid in Europe and if she could lose her UK VAT paid status if she isn't in the UK at the point of leaving the EU. The situation is in flux, and both the British Marine and RYA are lobbying hard to obtain some clarity on the subject. However, this podcast is not about that. It's about another subject. Last week, an email arrived from some local yachtsmen saying, now that there is a practical possibility to choose between EU VAT paid status and UK VAT paid status, people are beginning to ask which is better, particularly financially, particularly when they come to sell their yachts. Now, isn't that interesting? As yacht brokers, we spend our lives working in the international marketplace, and residual value is a key factor that we have in the back of our minds continually when we are looking at valuation and location of boats, all sorts of different things. I'm always reminded of a client that we had who was in property in Manhattan, and he taught me a very interesting and important thing about doing deals. He said to me, you can only judge how good a deal is when you do the trade out of it. That's so very true. So you can only tell how well you did when you come to sell the thing that you bought so well. So before looking at whether to pay VAT in Europe or UK and how it works, it is important to remember that a yacht is a hole in the water, a depreciating asset. She will always cost you more than you think. You must think of yachting in terms of the amount of fun that you have with family and friends, unique experiences and memories that last a lifetime. You pay for these in the real world, and in the same way, you pay in terms of depreciation and running costs when you have these amazing experiences aboard your yacht. So here is what we think, having thought about this conundrum for a little while. If you are sailing and keeping your yacht in the UK, she must be VAT paid. This trumps all. There is no point not being able to use the yacht in the sailing area that you have chosen for her. There is a possibility that she can be VAT paid in both places. In all circumstances, of course, this is ideal, but is not a certain outcome, and I think that it is a mistake to become obsessed with this possibility. In very general terms, the European market is larger than the UK market, so it is always better to err towards being VAT paid in the European market. When the Malta VAT scheme was in operation, the cost of paying VAT on a yacht through their lease schemes was worth around about 10% on residual. It doesn't seem to have risen that much now, so bear that in mind, but we will see if the value of VAT paid as against non-VAT paid rises to over 10%. Don't underestimate how many non-EU yachtsmen yacht in Europe, or indeed come here to buy and then go elsewhere. American, Australian, Russian, Norwegian, and the rest. And of course, now we add the Brits. So no VAT payment need not be a disaster, although if you have a European buyer for your yacht, he or she will certainly tell you that it is. If she is not VAT paid, but she is selling to a European, he will only pay VAT on the price that he pays for the yacht. Therefore, if she is not VAT paid, bear in mind that when you come to sell her, your hole in the water will probably be worth less than she is today. There are huge advantages to having a non-VAT paid yacht and keeping her in Europe on the TA scheme, as when she sells, the buyer will only pay on the price he pays. This advantages you as the yacht pays VAT just once, rather than a UK VAT paid yacht, which in effect must pay VAT twice when she comes into Europe, and only at the depreciated level that he is paying. So what yacht is best VAT paid in the UK? Well, as I said earlier, anything that you are planning to use and cruise and have fun with in the UK. There are also various yachts which do not do well in Europe, inland waterways and some race boats maybe, and specialist yachts which are very specific to the UK. Because of our waters, the size band is likely to range from dinghy to probably 50 feet. We have amazing waters at home, and it is a shame not to use them if that is what you want to do. However, you need to pay the VAT. Please do not avoid British waters if, as you originally intended, just because you own, for example, a Princess V60, a Southerly 570, Oyster 565 or whatever, and you are worried about the double VAT problem when you sell if the buyer is European. The fact is that there is a market for VAT-paid yachts in the UK which will develop after we leave the EU at the end of the year. This is because there will be less UK VAT-paid yachts as many will migrate to Europe, particularly with new yachts where there is nothing not to like about azure seas, sunshine and a 10% VAT cost saving. So your yacht over time may well be more in demand, particularly if she is quite new, because people will always want to yacht in these lovely waters. For everything else, European VAT paid is the best. Please do not think that a British manufactured yacht is best UK VATted. We sell Rustlers in the USA as new, Oysters on the brokerage market throughout all 5 of our offices, and also Princess, Fairline, Sunseeker, Spirit, Gunfleet, rest in peace I'm afraid, Discovery, Southerly and all the rest. British yacht manufacturers have always exported massively to the rest of the world, and not just Europe. Those outside this island really do like our gear. Do not rush to pay European VAT on what you own. Better to have a day of reckoning when you sell the yacht. As she is a depreciating asset and her new European owner will pay less, you will do better that way. Of the 3 options, we have VAT paid in UK, VAT paid in the EU and not VAT paid. We like the 3rd option best. It has so many wonderful possibilities and allows you to sell not just in Europe but to the rest of the world. The EU is a big market, but looking forward we're seeing other nationalities embrace yachting, blue water sailing, motor yachting, racing and all the rest. We are not economists, but we see that the new growing markets will become more significant, and who knows what the landscape will look like when you give your yacht her marching orders. Also, consider other things that are important she has. You need to think about her flagging. RCD. I think for any yacht that really is a must. Wiring, 50-60 cycles, are you selling to the States? These are things to consider. In the UK we are a little island. Europe is a bigger market, but it is somewhat smaller than the planet. So in owning and selling a yacht, consider all the aspects that will make your yacht attractive going forward in the world market. Above all, remember that a yacht is a joy, so the message is pay the VAT where you will use the yacht, follow all the rules, and if it means paying no VAT at all, then this is the very best of all worlds.